soon. Like I said, guys, this is an area with very poor cell service and it's very rural. So we're going to just let the stream catch up here, and I will talk to you guys in a couple of moments here when it makes more sense to do so. We are live, but we are in an area of poor cell phone service. I'm aware of that, so we're going to wait to start the stream here until that happens. I had to bring the stream up in low quality because I was getting just flooded with messages that the stream wasn't up. Guys, I'm aware of that because I have to physically start the stream. I appreciate the interest, but I can't do anything when there's no cell phone towers around. So I'm waiting until we get a little bit more stable coverage here to get the stream started. Access to the chat or anything at the moment either. Very poor cell phone service here, guys. Nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. But thanks everybody for joining me, and I'm sure it'll improve here shortly. It's a very rural area of Wisconsin. Go around. Jeez, these people don't know how to drive. My God. What an aggressive piece of crap. Okay, everybody, like I said, we are in a very, very, very rural area of Wisconsin right now. I cannot do anything about the stream quality. I cannot even see the chat right now. So we will get the stream started as soon as we get into an area with better cell phone reception. Nothing I can do about it. I understand that we're live, but I can't even confirm that. I have no way to even do it on my end. So we will start the stream as soon as we can, but this is just what happens up here in this area. It's extremely rural. It's either basically we put up with it or we don't stream at all, so there's not really a lot of options up here. coming into some better service area. This is just beyond ridiculous up here. It's 2022. There's no reason that we don't have cell phone service. It's just absolutely ridiculous. AT&T and Verizon need to go shove it. I'm sorry, but that's my firm opinion. There's no reason that we can't cover these rural areas. Guys, I have very limited internet. We actually are probably going to be canceling the stream here at 5:15 if we can't come into some better service. And I apologize if that happens, but I can't sit here and be frustrated all night if that's the case. If we cannot get into the more stable area of data. But trying our best out here, guys. We've got, but there's just no service out here. Guys, very poor area of service. I'll see if we can get something here. No promises. Can't control the data service, unfortunately. It's very poor up here. of a better area here, guys, but I still don't have access to the actual internet. See the, and this is, we're just removing them. Now, everybody dogs on me about how the internet in here is garbage. Well, it's not. Here, I can't even load a web page, but yeah, we're able to get a little bit of a video through, so. Our encoder is working fine, but without any internet, I can't even chase. So we may have to cancel the chase here. I'll let you guys know what happens as soon as I can here. This area is absolutely unbearable, and every time I come up here, I wonder why I came up here. It's just beyond ridiculous that these cell phone companies don't give a damn about these rural areas, and that's what it comes down to. I understand there's not many people out here, but they just don't care, and it's ridiculous. People out here that might need to work from home or something, they can't barely make a phone call, let alone do that. sure that we can hold that service before I give you any sort of an update here. So just bear with me. So unfortunately, cannot control where the cell phone towers are and aren't. It's really bad in this area. Again, we're able to get a video through because that's on its own system. Can't really go into the details of that. However, understand I also need to be able to have the chat, the statistics, and weather information up to be able to chase. And if I cannot get those up here in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to have to cancel the chase today, guys. It's nothing. Understand that would be a disappointment, but in order to chase, I have to have data. Just because the video is going through doesn't mean that I have data. That's an entirely separate system. That's just how it is. So I cannot see any of the chat. So please understand that I am working as quickly as I can to be up and running if that's possible. But every time I come up in this area of northern Wisconsin to chase, it's miserable, and I don't understand why I do it. It's really a waste of fuel because there's just no service up here, guys. So bear with me, and it's going to be a couple of minutes, even though the video is coming through okay, before I even attempt to give any sort of an update because it's so sporadic. So I will be giving an update here shortly. Coming into a town, so hopefully it'll improve here. Like the internet is coming back here finally, but bear with me, guys. Like I said, it's very difficult up here. It's not a fault of us. It's literally there's just no service in some of these areas at all, period. So I can't do a whole lot about it. I'm not sure if we're going to continue the stream or not. I may continue chasing, but I may have to end the stream. So just bear with me here, guys, and I will try to give you a better update. But I have not had data connection for almost 45 minutes to an hour now. It's just miserable. It's absolutely miserable up here. The cell phone companies definitely neglect these areas. And every time I say that, somebody's in chat telling me how it's, how I shouldn't say that. But here's the deal, guys. There's people that need to use the internet and work from home and all this, and they can't even do it. I mean, it's terrible up here. I mean, AT&T and Verizon and T-Mobile, for that matter, should be ashamed of their neglect to rural areas, because it's 2022. I mean, for Christ's sakes, we've got satellites in space that give internet access. There's no reason we can't have terrestrial-based data in these areas. And this, like I said, it's just unfortunate that these areas get neglected, because anytime I speak to residents and stuff in these areas, one of the first things they complain about is the lack of connectivity and data, and it's ridiculous. I mean, I understand that they don't have a whole lot of customers in these areas because they're rural, but at the same time, You would almost think that it would be a government grant or something like that these people or these companies could use. It's just too bad because we are operating off of T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon at the same time. And if we cannot get a video through or get the internet to work, then believe me, it is definitely not a good area, because typically one of those carriers will have service, even if it's poor service. But we are in the town of Phillips, Wisconsin right now. And we're going to stop and get gas here while we have data. And even if I do have to end the stream, I will put the stream back up later on my drive home, so we can maybe discuss some new things happening here. Once again, guys, I am pretty much out of the loop here. I will get some weather information momentarily. But thanks for joining me, everybody. So we're in Phillips right now. We have a severe thunderstorm watch, but not much happening around us. A couple of cells up to our north, that's about it. Cell up there near Ironwood, east of Ironwood in the UP. We're not going to go all the way up there. Guys, if you think this is bad for streaming, then we don't want to go up there. You really can't stream up there, period. So, hang on, I guess I can at least point you toward, we can actually see that storm. I don't know if it shows up on stream or not, but now that I've turned that there, we might be able to see it way over there. But I am still working on getting the chat and everything back up. I thought I was having an actual problem, so I rebooted everything, but no, it was just we don't have service. Like I said, it's just too bad, because, you know, there are people that need internet for work, school, and all that, and, you know, they're stuck with dial-up DSL or whatever. Or Starlink, they could get Starlink. Yeah, we're an hour and a half away from Ironwood. So we wouldn't be able to catch those storms. I don't think we want to do that right now. Anyway, we are in a severe thunderstorm watch. North, central, and northeast Wisconsin are under severe thunderstorm watches. There is a severe thunderstorm warning up there for Borrega County in the UP of Michigan. Severe thunderstorm was located near Nisula, 16 miles west of Borrega, moving east at 60 miles per hour. So I'm going to pump gas here in a moment. I am just reloading everything. Okay, so I just got the chat pulled up. Thanks for all the super chats, folks. I see several of them came in. I'm going to get out and get gas, and then we're going to determine what the heck we're going to do. $469. It's not too bad. It's dumb because I paid $419 earlier, south of the ear, and the pump shut off. And I thought the tank was full, but it wasn't. And I wish it would have topped off. So I'm gonna only get enough to get us back, because on the way back I'm gonna get that gas station. Because $419 is the cheapest I've seen in a long time. Okay, so we have some gas now. So that's a start. I see a bunch of super chats came in. Thanks, everybody. Always appreciated. And a couple of new members as well. So thanks, guys, girls, and everything in between for the support. We are on Twitch, and we are monetized on Twitch now, so your view counts everywhere. So if you prefer Twitch, don't feel bad about switching over. So we are monetized there as well, part of their partner program now or whatever. We're gonna drive through this little town here and see if they have food. There really isn't anything to chase at the moment. I'm not seeing anything. So we know that we have cell phone service here. So worst comes to worst, we're gonna go find a, oops, I guess I could move the camera back. Worst comes to worst, we will find an area where maybe we can watch these storms in the distance, because we just can't make it up there into the UP right now. It just won't happen. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Plus, we won't be able to keep a stream up, so we're gonna see if we can wait and get something to develop here. There's a little lake thing down here. Maybe we should go down there. It's too busy. I don't see any spot to park. We're in Phillips, Wisconsin. Waiting for severe weather to happen. The Storm Prediction Center says we could get some hail. Hail and wind. Really not much of a tornado threat today at all. This is literally one of the toughest areas in the country to chase, the dead zones and everything. I've honestly never chased in an area that has worse data coverage overall than this part of northern Wisconsin. You remember 2 days ago we were up here, not far from here, having similar issues. And, you know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, southeastern South Dakota is pretty bad. Yeah, it is, but this is like the number one. You get out in like near Valentine, Nebraska, we have a big dead zone there, but you go in the dead zone, you know you're going in the dead zone. In fact, there's actually a sign on the side of the road. I think it's Highway 83 or 81, whatever that is that goes through there, that literally says no cell phone connectivity next 35 miles. Like, they literally have a sign telling you there's a giant dead zone, which is actually pretty smart. But it's just a black, there's literally nothing there. You know that there's going to be a big data blackout. Well, up here, you might have data, you might not, you might have it, you might not. It's a pain, because right when you think you get data connectivity, then you lose it. So you really never have any idea at all what it's going to be like. It's just so sporadic. But thanks everyone who's joined and who has been watching. We are going to be making a couple of changes. Yeah, we do have the member badges on there now too. Oh, a quick trip, yes. Just a side note, if anybody can get Quick Trip to sponsor us, I will literally give you $2,000. Dead serious. If somebody can get Quick Trip to sponsor us, give us like free donuts and discounted gas or something, I will write you a $2,000 check and it won't even bounce, I swear. I love Quick Trip, and I actually tried to get them to sponsor us. They told me they didn't do that, but they'll sponsor Miss Wisconsin, which is just some BS beauty pageant thing. They'll sponsor Miss Wisconsin, give her free gas and a free car, but they won't sponsor live storm chasing. So maybe the administration there just sucks. I don't know. We should just all bombard them with constant emails until they do it, because eventually, you know, in theory, if we send them enough emails and spam them, and then start sending them snail mail and just really make their lives miserable, they'll probably just do it out of pity. That would be awesome. Not hating on Quick Trip or anything, but I like Quick Trip. So we'll sit here for a second while I decide what I'm going to eat. I'm going to look over some radar data again. And I think we're going to stay around this area until something pops up on radar, because it doesn't pay for us to drive around in the dead zone. You can see the radar screen there in the bottom right is pretty empty. There's not much happening. But I want to thank everybody who does watch our streams. We do have some changes that are going to be happening, and I think I was talking about this before I went off on my rant about Quick Trip. We've got a couple of members of our back-end team here, and if you guys think this is a terrible idea, reach out and email. But we're going to be allowing, during times when we're in a dead zone or busy times, I'm going to have some of the people on the back end, they're going to be able to jump into the stream via voice. And it will actually come out through, we don't have any video for them but at the moment, but they will be able to jump in on voice and either talk to me or talk directly to the stream and talk directly over the stream, which is pretty handy. For example, if we're in a busy area and something needs to be brought to my attention, they can contact me over voice and also go out over the stream at the same time. Or if we're in an area with no cell phone service and there's information that needs to be passed along, they can do that then as well. So we should be able to make something happen with that. I am working on getting somebody that can literally sit behind a chair all day when we're streaming and sit behind a computer and relay information. I need to work on that as well. Not trying to basically make it turn it into live, you know, like a live weather channel or anything, but just trying to do something to keep up the activity when we're unable to do it from the car here. Yeah, as soon as Starlink is mobile, that's going to help. But even then, I don't know if their capacity, if the bandwidth is even going to be able to handle it for several years. That's one of the things that concerns me, because they are releasing Starlink for RV use, but I think it's a pretty watered down version of it. I'm really concerned that for a couple of years they're just not going to have the bandwidth to be able to support video and such. Yeah, Karen, I could pack a bag before I leave, but I can barely remember to put my socks on in the morning, so that's kind of a problem. Jay, thanks as well for the super chat. See Justin's in there too. Common Sense just dropped a whole bunch of money in there. Is that supposed to be common sense? Because if it is, we could use some more of that around here. Thank you, by the way. Thanks everyone for the super chats. That's part of what I'm going to be having our back end team do as well. And I am going to be, hopefully, by the end of, or before we have hurricane season here, I would like to begin sharing some of the super chats to come in, sharing them with the team on the back end here, because they help out with a lot. So it's getting there, because we have a lot of infrastructure we're paying for. So thank you everybody who sends the super chats. I don't expect anybody to send super chats. In fact, if nobody sent super chats, we would still be out here. But the super chats do basically go toward our monthly goal of covering fuel and the data expenses, because the data is pretty high. We were able to, good news, I worked with LiveView and was actually able to negotiate a cheaper monthly cost for data with our new streaming system. So instead of paying like $1,800 a month in data, we're only paying $750 now. And I say only because the amount of data that we go through, the bandwidth and all that, that's pretty cheap for what it is. So I'm pretty happy with that. But thanks everyone. I appreciate all the donations and everything. You guys are the reason that we're out here. And thanks everybody. So that's partially also why I've got it set. Your names, if anybody does super chat, they should pop up on top of the screen too. It's kind of a thank you. And all you channel members, we are releasing 360 footage as often as I can. You have exclusive access to that, as well as the badges, which I did upload, and probably we're going to change some of those badges because we had a better idea with it that got brought up, so those might change. And apparently there is a Discord channel now, if you're a member, that you have access to for members-only stuff. I don't know anything about that. I actually don't even know anything about our Discord. Everybody else just does that on the back end for us. I see we have 13 viewers on Twitch. I think we should get Frankie McDonald. If you guys don't know him, he's that kid from Nova Scotia that's always posting the videos where he's like screaming at the camera about weather. The kid's hilarious. We should recruit him, and then he can just sit there in the corner of the screen and we can have conversations, and he can just sit there and scream at us and tell us that our storm's about to do something. I mean, I love that. I'm not making fun of the kid. I think he's hilarious, because he does. He literally just sits there in front of a camera and he starts screaming, "Oh my God, there's going to be, 30 inches of snow in Wisconsin," and all this. And the thing is, like, the kid's usually right. Like, he doesn't just overhype stuff or pull it out of his butt. Like, he actually apparently has some idea about meteorology. I think it's pretty funny. Yeah, we are streaming on Twitch now, and we're going to be streaming every single storm chase on Twitch as well as YouTube. We are monetized over there, so the views count. And the big reason that I've stayed off of Twitch for a while is because I was afraid that everybody would go over to Twitch And the only way we can afford to do this is basically the ad revenue off of YouTube. So like you guys watching the video allows me to do this. And with Twitch not being monetized at the time, I was afraid if everybody went to Twitch, it wouldn't work out so well. But we are monetized on Twitch. So if you do prefer that platform, don't feel bad switching off of YouTube. I know the other day somebody mentioned that they were going to stay on YouTube because they felt that their view was counted more over here. But no, feel free, watch this wherever you want. When we're live with Omega, you can watch it in Radar Omega. You can watch the stream anywhere. And we're literally just staring at a blue sky at a Quick Trip parking lot because nothing is happening right now. But we do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect. And several super chats came in there as well. Let's see here. Guys, I got nothing. Like nothing's happening right now. There are a couple of storms up there in the northern UP of Michigan, but nothing too interesting happening. It could be another hour before we start seeing storms fire. Let me see if the SPC has any discussion on this. Hang on here. Sometime today, this webpage will load here. No mesoscale discussions in effect. But yeah, thanks for all the super chats again, guys. Not to be a broken record, I see just a ton of them coming in. You guys are awesome. You can't find the Twitch channel. If you go to seethestorm.com, I should have a link in the description for my website. You can click on Twitch, and you should be able to find it then. Yeah, thanks everyone for helping us hit the goal. The goal is basically the anticipated fuel costs for the month. And we predicted based on the past couple of months that it would be about $4,200 worth of fuel this month. Or when I say this month, I mean the month of June. I know it's the last day, but I know we've put like over $3,600 worth of gas in this thing. It's pretty ridiculous. So that's typically what the goal is to help cover the fuel. So thanks everybody. And if we don't meet it, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but I appreciate everybody for the enthusiasm. I feel like this channel has some of the best contributors, the best followers, the best viewers. There's just a lot of enthusiasm in the chat all the time. So don't take my frustration on AT&T and Verizon personally or anything. I just get extremely ticked off when situations like that happen because this shouldn't happen. It's a pretty serious infrastructure problem in my opinion. No, dude, I'm not going to run you over. I don't even know why I'm parking at the gas pumps. Whatever. We'll park here so you guys can see the sky. You guys count the cars that go by. I will be back in a moment here. Let me run in and get something to eat. Actually, hang on. Let me just check the back end here on Twitch real quick. Stand by. Temporary setback here. I just wanted to pull up the Twitch stream on the back end here, because I know a lot of people are talking about the delay and everything. Yeah, Twitch does seem to have less of a delay than YouTube. That is true. But I think part of that might be on the receiving end, because Oh, that's why, because of the stream latency. There's a setting in YouTube where I can have normal or ultra low latency, and it's set to normal. I'll have to set that to ultra low. You have to pay to subscribe on Twitch. Yeah, so Twitch subscriptions aren't the same as YouTube subscriptions. Basically, the equivalent of a YouTube subscription on Twitch would be a follow. So if you want to follow, you would just hit the follow button. But if you want to subscribe, you would hit the subscribe button. When you subscribe, you don't get any ads. I'm sure there's other perks that I can enable too, but for now, it disables the ads, which is kind of cool. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. I do still recommend YouTube as the primary viewing experience because just simply my video library is on YouTube. And I'm going to go in and get something to eat, and I'm going to talk to you guys about a new streaming or a new content platform that I've been invited to, and we're going to be using. So I'm going to talk about them in just a minute here. This is the world's most disappointing quick trip I've ever been to. Ouch.
Hello, everyone.
Very, very disgusted with the food options at that quick trip. That's too bad. Oh well. We were lacking everything. Let's go over here and just watch the sky for a minute. I don't know what else to do. Nothing's happening. Still waiting on something to happen. Severe thunderstorm watch is in effect, but I'm not really seeing any storms developing. Like I said, there were some up there in the UP of Michigan, but those are way out of range, and they're not looking very very worthwhile. And even if they were in range, I don't even think I would really care about them. Didn't get anything to drink in there. Their fountain machine, soda machine was not working. Which is disappointing. Severe thunderstorm warning up there near Rockland and Bruce Crossing in the UP of Michigan just issued. Really disappointed. We might not want these guys as sponsors. I got the cheese curd things, and they are like super dry, like they were made like 3 years ago. They're absolutely horrible. Holy crap. Wow. It was literally like chewing on a piece of cardboard. Let me see what our options are. Yeah, storm up there near Bruce Crossing in the UP of Michigan is severe thunderstorm warned now. It doesn't look too impressive. I think it's one of those borderline storms. It's not, meets the criteria for a warning, but I don't think we're going to see anything major out of it, at least at the current time. See what the severe thunderstorm warning is for. Yeah, 60 mile per hour winds and quarter-sized hail, so wood and shale. We're going to be kind of picky today. Normally, I wouldn't be too picky with these storms, and I'd be more willing to drive around. But the problem is, we're in such a dead zone that we have service right now, so I think it's better that we just stay in one spot until we get a target. So I apologize for the boring part of the stream. I suppose we could probably go walk around town or something. Might do that. But yeah, nothing's happening. And the problem is if we go into a dead zone and something does happen, we don't know what's happening. Really trying to eat these, but it is really not good. Let's go drive around town. I'm bored. Just a heads up, everybody. I am anticipating an active period of severe weather, probably maybe even starting as soon as Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Hell, even all of next week might be an active stretch, it looks like. Be a lot of storm chasing here in the next couple of days, I think. Tomorrow and Saturday will probably be quiet days, but Sunday, Monday, maybe even, no, it might be Monday, I gotta look, but basically mid next week looks really busy. We're just driving around Phillips, Wisconsin until a storm happens. I'll be honest with you guys, I think today might even be a bust. It's entirely possible. Too early to tell though. But if it is, then we could say that about 600 of us at the present time were watching us do absolutely nothing. Kind of a nice little town. Go down here. like we're being hardcore followed by someone behind us here. I'm gonna go around the block here and come back because I can't turn around. This guy's behind us. We'll go around the block here and then we'll go back down there and watch that storm off over the water. You can see that storm that's up in the UP. Oh yeah, we are being hardcore followed. Oh yeah. Interesting. God, this is rough. We'll just sit here and watch this sell off in the distance. I mean, why not? Also creep on these people on the boat. It's really nice out. I do see off to my left, I believe, yeah, we're facing northeast right now. So off to my northwest, there's some towering cumulus going up. But we're really far away from really any radar site. So it is super hard to tell what's going on by radar out here. I'm gonna pull up a satellite image here real quick and see if I can figure out some clues. No, that doesn't help. Interesting. Yeah, I don't really see anything on radar, but that doesn't mean that something's not trying to happen. It does look like off to my my west there is some development happening. Not enough to show up on the radar though, so we'll keep an eye on that. If I jumped over to the La Crosse radar site, it does show some very light showers down by Eau Claire, maybe even a couple over there east of Minneapolis as well. I'm gonna keep an eye on these. Could see something happen or develop here. Anyway, there's a helicopter flying over there. A couple of boats out on the lake. Oh, there's some geese. We better go down and see the geese. Let me pull you out of the car quick. Let's go see the geese. Well, maybe not. A bunch of people just showed up. Maybe not. Get you out of the windshield. I'll go down and see the geese. Okay, you can't see them very well because they're floating away, but... And like I said, I don't have a preview screen on the camera here when I'm streaming, so I'm just kind of pointing you in that general direction. Got some geese down there. But you can see back off toward town there, toward the water tower, maybe, if it's showing up. We've got some towering cumulus starting to form. But otherwise a fairly stable looking atmosphere, really. Go back to the car. I gotta go through the process of putting this back. Let me see here. Okay, so a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. Up there in the UP of Michigan right now. Let me see if I can name them off. Severe thunderstorm warning for Houghton County, Barrega County, and Ontonagon County in the western upper peninsula of Michigan. until 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. At 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 9 miles northeast of Bruce Crossing, 22 miles southeast of Ontonagon, moving east at 55 miles per hour. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail are possible. And then further, a little bit off to the east, we have another warning. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for Marquette and Borrega counties. At 7:08 Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 9 miles near southeast of Skaney, or 19 miles east of Lance, I think. Moving east at 55 miles per hour. Radar indicated quarter-size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Now, I am seeing on the La Crosse radar site maybe some hints at some convective initiation trying to happen near us. Oh, the ducks are coming over. Maybe they'll come up here. Wouldn't that be nice? Or the geese, sorry. Geese, ducks, same. They're almost the same thing. Let me look at Echo Tops here. We might have something trying to happen here just to the west of Ladysmith, which is to our southwest. Wow, what a boring day. Anyway, thanks for following the stream. Honestly, if I would have known it was going to be this slow going, I probably wouldn't have started the stream just yet. So sorry about that. You're welcome to check in and out or check back in later or anything like that. Let me take a look here at the next couple of days, the severe weather forecasts here. Okay, so starting off with today, there is a slight risk of severe weather from Des Moines, Iowa, northeast to the UP of Michigan. Obviously, that's why we're here. There's a severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect for extreme northern and northeast Wisconsin, as well as southwestern upper Michigan. Not much is happening. There is a slight risk for severe weather tomorrow that we're not going to be chasing because I don't believe that it's a substantial enough risk to warrant a 12-hour drive. If it were earlier in the season or during the off-season, like December, we would go anyway. But because we have better things on the horizon, I don't want to waste the fuel and the time, basically. Because it would really make it difficult to chase anything else over the next few days. There is a slight risk for severe weather in parts of northeast Wyoming, southwest South Dakota, and extreme northwest Nebraska. There's a marginal risk that's also in place from portions of from the Salina, Kansas area all the way toward Indianapolis. That appears to be mostly a wind risk, but could see some small hail. And then there's also another marginal risk, or a very low risk, that's in effect for portions of eastern Ohio all the way up into central New York. Then on day 3, which would be Saturday, there's a slight risk for severe weather that, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm almost entertaining the possibility of going out there for this because New York City, Philadelphia, Boston, these are all areas that are included in a slight risk for severe weather on Saturday, and it would be an interesting chase. It wouldn't be much of a chase because of the population out there. You know, it's very urban area, but it might be interesting to see how everybody reacts out there to the severe weather. We never chased in the Northeast before. The last time that I was that far east or northeast was back in January when we had that blizzard in Boston that we streamed live. Beyond that, day 4, 5, 6, and 7, respectively, and 8 are all listed on the SPC's website as the predictability being too low. But they do go on to mention that a couple of severe weather days are likely, but it's just too soon to pinpoint them. My personal forecast that I make would indicate that I wouldn't be too surprised if we get some severe weather days. They could be, I'm thinking possibly Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday again. I know those are all the days, but I'm talking about like Monday night into Tuesday, and then Wednesday night into Thursday. It could be some severe weather days, and I think that these severe weather events will take place from the eastern Dakotas, possibly as far south and east as Ohio, somewhere in that vicinity. So the upper Midwest, the western Great Lakes region, I think could be the focal point for severe weather, as it often is this time of year. So we'll see what happens. This time of year, we typically start seeing some severe weather in and around, it's basically centered in and around Iowa. Iowa gets fairly busy this time of year, southern Minnesota, the eastern Dakotas. Wisconsin gets pretty busy this time of year. The chaseable part of Wisconsin, which is southern Wisconsin. The chase terrain in Wisconsin, pretty much anything south of Baraboo and the Wisconsin Dells is fairly decent for chasing. Illinois can get active. Anyway, guys, I have no idea how long this stream is going to last, because at some point I'm going to have to take it down because we're going to go through that miserable dead zone when we go home. But I'll try to stream on the way home as well a little bit here. Let me see here. Well, I suppose we could talk about hurricane season. I'll spin the camera a little bit, though, so we're looking at something slightly different. Tropical weather, I'm not really seeing a whole lot happening. We do have that disturbance that's moving into southeast Texas right now. Could bring some flooding rain. That's about it. For hurricane season this year, though, I'm going to try to stream as long as possible. Obviously, the data, at some point in strong storms, we often lose cell phone connectivity. And we'll lose data, and it's not possible to stream. So we'll stream as long as possible. The other thing is, too, I'm going to be down for these storms a lot sooner than I normally am. Oftentimes I'm not down there until the day before or whatever, but I'm going to try to get down there or in the target area 4 to 5 days ahead of time and stream every single day, so we can really get an idea on how these people are reacting, because oftentimes it's interesting to see, are the stores getting sold out? Are people panicking? What's happening? So that's definitely something I want to try, is just getting down there a little bit earlier. Hopefully we will have storms that cooperate with us and don't just take out the cell data right away. Hurricane Ida was a pretty decent storm. We had connectivity all the way up until the next morning, so the entire duration of the storm we had good data connectivity. So sometimes even these strong ones, we still have data, but it's hit or miss. We can always get unlucky and so we can get a couple of angles. If even sometimes not impossible. The day of, the day after, but this year we're going to
working on it. We'll be back in a minute. Not quite sure what happened, but I'm almost onto it.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. It was obviously an issue with the server because everything else was fine. And now I'm playing. Hang on, I'm playing out of like 15 different spots here now. Yeah, so sorry about the slight issues there, but I promise you didn't miss anything. Hey guys, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Appears to be an issue with Amazon Web Services again. I think what happens is they do these forced system updates, and the RTMP server that we use, I think on occasion, experiences one of those forced updates, and it goes down, and then it doesn't reboot, because that's exactly what happens every time that we seem to have that issue. Yeah, so sorry about the. Okay, so we are still live with audio. That's good. But I promise you, haven't missed anything. We're still watching that storm way off in the distance. So I'm going to kind of troubleshoot some of this here real quick. So if I don't respond to your messages here, give me just a second. I want to troubleshoot something super quick. I wouldn't be surprised here if I log in and it says there's an update. I need to figure out a way to disable those updates. We'll use this downtime as a quick excuse here to take a look at this. There is a commercial system that's basically pre-built and managed that we could use for the stream, but the problem is there's no way at all to show the radar with it or anything, unfortunately. And I kind of like having the radar on there for you guys. But I'm going to be taking a look at this. We can just enjoy the pretty view for a minute here because I'm going to take a look at something here. It's easier to troubleshoot this stuff while it's happening. The one thing we did miss, though, while that issue was underway, there were a couple of geese that did flow by. We missed them. Close range geese. So yeah, I apologize about missing the geese. That's too bad. Oh well. Okay, well, I still have no idea. That's okay. Take a look at radar again here. Still those, the stronger cluster that's up there near Marquette right now. Not seeing anything near us at all. We can see those storms up there near Marquette and see the tops of them. So, apologize for the you know, the boringness here, but nothing's happening at all. We'll move for a little bit different scenery here in a minute. But like I said, I am seeing some development off to the west-northwest. In fact, let's move the car real quick so we can get a look at that on stream. So up there we can see some of those towering cumulus I was talking about. We'll have to wait and see if those turn into any storms for us. Still really nothing on radar though that would hint at anything. There we can see some of those towering cumulus. Yeah, these are not very tall storm clouds over there, cumulus clouds. Not super tall, but they are definitely developing. About 20 minutes ago when I first mentioned them, maybe even a little bit longer than that, they were not that robust, not that developed looking. Tornado warning up there in Michigan. Yeah, I'd seen that come up just a second ago. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think of that tornado warning, to be honest with you guys. They did tornado warn one of those storms there up there near, it's south of Big Bay, Michigan. It's north central Marquette County. Possibility of a radar indicated tornado and quarter-sized hail. So if you're just joining us, we're in Phillips, Wisconsin. Without much happening. Kind of thought we'd have some storms by now, but not really the case. A couple of storms way to our north that aren't really of any interest to us at the moment. Storm Prediction Center did put out a mesoscale discussion mainly for the UP of Michigan. Just saying that the watch continues, that the threat across the severe thunderstorm watch continues. Large hail is the primary threat. Yeah, the upper or the far northern portion of the UP of Michigan is definitely getting several severe thunderstorms right now. That's really not a chaseable area up there. We really can't stream it. I mean, if there was a tornado outbreak going on up there, we would definitely be there. But it's all forested areas. It's almost impossible to do anything up there, let alone see the storm, let alone actually stream it. So I just really don't want to go up there right now. They're just kind of garden variety severe thunderstorms, quarter-size hail, damaging wind, nothing we haven't seen before. So we've been hanging out down here near Phillips, Wisconsin. It's kind of a centralized area with good service, with the intention of being able to stream anything that we come across. And if we had a decent target, we could go to it from here. But guys, I'm going to give this 10 more minutes. At 7 o'clock, if we don't have something that we can chase, we might actually start heading back south toward home and just keep a third eye on the radar, basically. And if something does change, we can turn around. But it's kind of looking a little bit like a bust. I don't want to say a total bust because there are storms in the severe thunderstorm watch area, but it's not looking like anything really farther south than the Wisconsin Upper Peninsula of Michigan border is really going to develop here. So I think we're actually going to start heading south just in case, because it's really not looking too interesting here. The atmosphere looks pretty stable as well. I see somebody in chat mentioned a cap. Yeah, let me show you out the window here what I talk about by stability here. The atmosphere seriously looks stable right now. You can see these clouds out here. These kind of stratus looking clouds, these low, oh shoot, I'm out of cord. Okay, I can't show you anymore, but these lower level clouds, it's kind of stratus looking almost. They're basically, they look real flat, not puffy, and that's definitely not a scientific way to describe it. But you can see that they're just real two-dimensional looking. They're very, they just have a stable look. If you're in the meteorology community, you know what I mean. It's hard to explain, but it's basically indicating that the atmosphere may have a bit of a cap in place. There's just really not much for instability here. There's really not much, for storm fuel. So right now it's looking like this might be a bust for us. Regardless, I do want to thank everybody today. I know a lot of super chats came in. We had a pretty good amount of viewers there, and we've got a decent amount on Twitch for being new to Twitch. So thank you everybody who's been watching. I am going to keep the stream up for at least a while, even on the trip back, because something could still happen. It's even possible that something could happen between Eau Claire and La Crosse yet. That area is in the slight risk for severe weather, and to be honest with you, I kind of thought that we would get a storm or two down there. We just haven't yet. So if that happens, we're going to be there. Yeah, tornado warning is continuing for Marquette County, Michigan. Not confirmed on the ground yet. It's just a radar-indicated tornado. Not a super strong radar signature either, but it definitely meets the criteria that the National Weather Service warns storms at. So I'm actually going to point the ship south. I know everybody comes here for storm chasing, but sometimes it just doesn't work out, apparently. This might be our first actual bust, I think, of the entire season. I think any other day we've chased, we've at least been on a storm. Even if it was kind of a crappy storm, I think we were at least there. This might be our first actual bust of the season. Maybe. I can't remember. No, there might have been one. I feel like there was one more because I got a bunch of hateful comments on YouTube for it. A bunch of people calling me idiots. And I just came back at them like, well, I don't control the weather, so... What is this guy doing? Okay, Google, you want me to go left or right? We are going to go through that dead zone, I'm sure, at some point here. So I won't actually end the stream until, I can sign off or anything. So we're going to keep the stream active for a while yet. So if you lose the actual video signal for a couple of minutes, it just means we're probably in a dead zone. Phillips right now. yeah, the Tulsa chase in April. That's right. I forgot about that. That was a bust. Well, I don't know if that was a bust or not, because didn't we end up seeing some lightning or something? I don't know. But yeah, that was pretty much, that was a bust. I remember that now. I think that's the one I was thinking of. But thanks everybody for viewing and supporting today. It's really rewarding to see so many people that enjoy the live stream. So we'll see if we can find another dead zone. But like I said, we're not done chasing. If something pops up, we'll definitely go after it. But I just think sitting in Phillips is not really a good plan anymore. We do also have our Discord server. You guys are welcome to join. It's almost 700 members on there, I think. But I do believe that it's going to be active in a couple of days. I think Sunday, maybe Monday, one of those 2 days it'll start. And we'll probably have a couple of days of severe weather. My plan is to head down basically all the way through Madison. So I've got about a 4-hour drive ahead of me. I'm not going to stream the whole thing. We'll be active here for a little bit until we know for sure that there's not going to be any storms to go after. Dead zones I was talking about. Thanks for all those super chats, guys. And thanks for all the loyal viewership. Storms and right back to tornadoes again. Monday driver. Yeah, definitely dead zones. We'll be in an area where we can get better service here, probably within about 20 minutes. It shouldn't get any worse than this, I don't think. We're going to be getting into an area here where the phone service is better. I'm basically being quiet because every time I talk, we lose connection. In about 20 minutes or so, I think we'll be toward the interstate. Actually, probably longer than that. Not the interstate, but the north-south highway. I don't think it's going to get much worse than it is now. It should start getting better here soon, I think. Still nothing interesting happening. Right now. I don't think I've ever been through this area before. Rita, dead zone. We're getting some data now. So we're about to turn, and then I think we're going to be in better service. Maybe. We're near Tomahawk right now. It'll get better here in a little bit. I hope. Anyway, nothing. We're not missing any weather though. I'm still keeping an eye on that. Nothing's really happening. are getting a little bit better data here. Still being this close to town, I would think we'd be getting better. So, as soon as we get to the actual state highway here, dead end. Okay, what the heck? Google's trying to take me down a dead end. We'll get in a better spot here next. Hopefully, we're on the home stretch here for a little bit better data. See, it's gone up. Highway 51 here, which will eventually turn into 39. thanks everybody for joining us. I think we're going to have some better data now that we're on the highway. We'll keep the stream active for a little bit yet. I think today is probably a bust. I do see a couple of storms still up there in the UP. I see it got mentioned in the chat also, but it does look like there are a couple of cells trying to form maybe in southeast Minnesota. Obviously, we're way out of position for that. But I'm going to keep my eye on everything here, and we'll see what happens, see how the night develops. We are on 51, which will eventually turn into 39. Wausau. now we're back. Yeah, some real sporadic service up here still, folks. Apologize. Hopefully it'll get better the farther south we go. More or less just a really nice drive at this point. I think today's kind of a must. We're going to be approaching Merrill probably in the next 15 minutes or so. Merrill, Wisconsin. And I believe it's Wausau where this turns into the interstate. The I-39. I think once we get down here a couple of miles, we're probably going to end the stream. I appreciate everybody who's been involved today. I think we'll have a busy end of the weekend, early part of the week. Probably going to do a live stream on Saturday talking about the upcoming severe weather, as well as kind of talk about some of the past events that's happened this season. Sometime Saturday, unless something comes up, but I don't see what would. We'll talk about the upcoming forecast and look back at some of our severe weather events here this year. There is a potential for severe weather tomorrow. Northeast Wyoming, southwest South Dakota, and northwest Nebraska. Doesn't look like a very substantial event, though. We're not going to head out there for it. It does look like I said, probably Sunday night, Monday, maybe either Sunday or Monday will be the start of several days of severe weather in the Midwest and the western Great Lakes. think about. I think we're going to shut the stream down. Basically, in order to keep YouTube happy, it's basically the way that the algorithm works and the way that our videos get promoted. If it's absolutely blue skies and nothing is happening, and I've got a storm chasing related title, I really can't keep the stream up too long, otherwise it basically doesn't promote it as much. I want to thank everybody today because I think we had a great stream, and thank you everybody for helping us meet the monthly fuel expense cost goal. You guys are awesome, and we have some of the best supporters out of anybody, I think. And I have a lot of fun streaming for you guys. So I will be live, like I said, Saturday for some sort of recap sometime in the evening. And for you YouTube members, I will have some more 360 video posted for you tomorrow. Thanks everybody. Sorry that it was kind of a boring stream, but it is what it is. But you guys are awesome, and I can't thank you enough. So with that, have a great night, and head on over to Discord if you want to keep it going. Otherwise, that's it for me for the night. Take care, everyone. And if something is to pop up or something were to change, we'll go back.